Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, I've never done this before, this particular way, so, okay. So I am trying to get myself into my own Periscope and have my configuration that is off to the side here not completely fall down. So if everything crashes, it's not water on my laptop this time. If everything crashes, it's not water on my laptop this time. It is just my MacGyver jerry rig here completely falling down. So I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm trying to save this broadcast. It won't be with the comments, but I'm going to try and save this broadcast to upload to YouTube for people who can't watch it. And I didn't charge my phone, but I have 80% battery, so we'll see what happens. So yeah. Hi everybody. I'm not going to try too much to talk to you in the comments because I have my iPad set up, but I can't letter and talk to you at the same time. At least I'm going to try not to, but we'll see what happens. So let me see if I can trying to make my iPad go horizontal. There we go. Okay. So this is, like I said, this is a test. We'll see how this goes. I'm testing to see what I can see. Okay. Oh, wow. There is hella delay. Okay. Good to know. Okay. So today I'm just going to be doing a few spooky things. I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to do spooky lettering. And then I'm also going to show you a few doodles that are handy for the fall or handy for Halloween. And this will not be all I show you. I'm going to do more than this. But I figured when I did my Periscope last week, well, thank you. When I did my Periscope last week, a lot of people were requesting like Halloween stuff and spooky stuff. So I'm not going to do any quotes right now because I really can't. I have my phone hooked up to an IKEA shelf sitting on top of a Shanti shoebox. So if I try and get too fancy with the lettering, I'm going to elbow it and knock it over. So I'm going to need to figure out just go back to filming for YouTube to do quotes. But I am going to teach you, I'm going to start with a lettering technique and then I'll do the doodling. Okay? So if you're all ready to go, and pardon, I do a line. My lines look so stupid. I think I need better practice before I can do a line. Okay, so I'm also going to try and not cuss in this video, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so to start with the freaky font that I'm going to do. Sorry if my phone is not focusing. This is whack. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you. It's really hard having it be so narrow. Oh well. I can't make it go horizontal the way I want to. Okay, so I'll figure this out. I'm still new at this. Okay, so to do a freaky font, the easiest way to do it is to use a pencil first. And I am not a fan of using a pencil first. I like to just let it all hang out. But for this particular font, it's going to work out better to use a pencil. Okay? So many compliments on my nail polish. Thank you. I just got them redone because they looked like it was heinous. Okay, so I'm going to write the word, crap, I don't want to do a K. Let's see. I'm going to write the word boo. That'll be the start. Okay? The color, it's gelish. I don't know what color. It was on the nail wheel at my manicure place. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to write the word boo. Now to do this, you want to do kind of like a negative space, kind of puffy lettering. So if you don't have that down yet, you can try other fonts, but this is the best way for it to look. So you just write out your negative space puffy lettering, right? And I don't remember what the worksheet is for that, but it's there somewhere. Okay, so there, you wrote boo, right? We'll add an exclamation point. Boo. Okay? So you see that. I'm trying to stay up at the top in case there's comments. Okay? So you write your words out. This is really hard to see. Okay. Okay. Now, what you want to do after you write out your letter, right, is this is going to look goopy, like slimy. So start at the edge and kind of just draw some slime and then bring it up. And you can add a little here. It's kind of janky with a B. And then anywhere that there's like a downward facing edge, just kind of do the goopy slime, okay? It's not like a drop shadow, but it can sometimes turn out that way depending on how you do it. There's no rhyme or reason to how much slime. It just depends on how slimy you want it to be. I hope everybody can see this okay. 'Cause okay. So, and then even for this, sometimes I'll even go down the side to kind of make it look really like kind of nasty. Okay, so you add your slime. I'm so sorry about the focus. I really have no idea. I guess maybe it's the lighting. Okay, let me see if I can make this work. Okay, so then you see how it looks, the sliminess, right? Okay, now take your pen, and I'm using a flare this time. Take your pen, and this time go over your pencil, but when you get to the slimy, just do it in one. Don't add that extra point in. See what I mean? Okay. And I'm kind of just, I'm actually not even following my lines because I think that's what's going on. I think that's how the camera's focusing. I want it, maybe if I tap it, that's flipping it around. It's because it's so close to my hand. I'm trying really hard to make this focus not suck ass, but, oh, I cussed. So we'll see. Okay. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the frame. Maybe that'll make it better. Do you get what I'm putting down here? This is not hard. This is super, it's just taking the stuff you already do and, right? Okay, so now I'm going to erase this and I'm going to take it out of the frame so that my hand doesn't make the focus look even stupider than it already is. Trying really hard. This is not my forte in terms of, okay. Okay, so, and then with my total like sketchy ass, boo, see there you go. Actually, normally I have, okay, so I'm going to answer this question about what kind of eraser I use. Right now I'm just using the one on the end of my Target pencil, but I have this one. It's called Gigante. I love that one. That one's my favorite. So, yeah, and it could be icicle for winter. It's all in how you shade it. Like, see, here, I'm just adding a little bit of green. Or you could, and then you could like, I'm just doing this super dirty, but you could add like some extra like chunks, you know? So the pen that I just, okay, so the pens that I just used to shade this in, these are Tombow markers, yes. And this is on just regular printer paper, so that's why it's looking all gloopy. Okay, anyway, so, but yeah, so anyway, these are, and then you could shade it with purple. Another good Halloween color combo is like dark purple. So this is one of my favorite ways to do lettering for I've done them on boards at work. I do it all the time for that because to me it's a simple way to take lettering to make it look like spooky and gross, you know? I mean, I guess if you wanted to do it for icicles, you could like, for icicles you could, you know, do like a lighter color. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of ways that you could shade this. You could do I have like a dark, you know, you could do some dark colors for the holidays, you know, for Halloween or whatever. Anyway, so that's a really fun way to do lettering for the for the spooky season. Anyway, somebody asked what kind of paper I recommend. For me, for practicing lettering, my favorite way to practice for lettering is on cardstock or Bristol paper, if you can get it for cheap at Michael's. If they do like a sale on like the pads, that's one of my favorite things to practice on. But like I said, my main source is, my main paper that I play around on is cardstock, but pretty much any paper you want to use. You know, for the Tombos, like this is what happens on the back of the printer paper with the Tombos. They bleed really, really well. So, but yeah, cardstock is my favorite to practice on. I like the smooth ones. Okay, let's see, we'll let that focus. I'm sorry about the focusing situation. Like I said, this is not exactly, this is my first try doing it this way. Okay, so that was the lettering. Now I'm going to give you a few different doodles to also gussy up your planner for the season. So to start with, one of the things that you can do that are easy are leaves. Now, I actually suck ass for the number of leaves I have to do on stuff at work, and that's actually Lady Lovebug 11. I learned a lot of this I taught myself. I do this for my job, and I've been an artist since I was a kid, so it's just been years and years and years of practice. Okay, so for these leaves, dear God, are my leaves awkward, but whatever. So the easiest leaf to do, the one I do the most, is, that's my easiest fall leaf, right there. It's my easiest fall leaf. As you can see, super easy. You just draw like a teardrop and then add a little stem on it like a butt cheek. Okay? That's the easiest fall leaf that I do. And I do it the most because I really, really don't like how a lot of my other leaves look. And thanks everyone for inviting people. Okay, so another one that I do that is a little harder, you just go, you kind of make it kind of, another leaf like that. You just sort of draw like, almost like a cloud, you know? And this one actually can look better if you do it like more elongated, like go up with your cloud, you know? But that's just another doodled leaf, okay? And then the one that's the hardest for me, that I never can make look right, so we'll see if it happens, is the same concept to this cloud looking one, but spikier. See, it's the same thing, you just give it points. Again, not exactly my best looking, but then again, you know. So, and then you could shade these, and if you were going to do it in your planner, I would recommend, you know, maybe not the Tombos. I do use the Tombos maple. See, I live in California. We have like one kind of tree and it's brown. So, so if I was going to shade in my planner, like do more than just a little bit of shading, I would probably use colored pencils more than I would use Tombow markers, because Tombow markers do tend to bleed. I'm looking for an orange. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, see, I can't draw maple, and you need to. So this is just, again, just dirty shading, but I'm just coloring it in with, you know, some colored pencils. And then, yeah, color pencils work better. I still use the Tombos because I'm a rebel and I really don't care if my planner bleeds that much, because if it's going to bleed, half the time it's going to be on the old week. So I'm adding like another darker color kind of on top of it. Shading is not one of my stronger points. I tend to make things look a lot flatter, but shading does look really, you know. So that was just an orange and a red colored pencil that I used to kind of shade that. And if you wanted to give it even more depth, you could add some like kind of yellow to it to brighten it up. Okay, so, you know, Oops, I missed. Well, whatever. Who said you have to color in between the lines? If whoever said butt rash, that's pretty epic. So some of my favorite colors to use for leaves are like the orange and the reds. I love using like ugly greens. Like this is like a lichen green according to my my color pencils. And don't use a light pale green. Use like a richer green. Or you could even like layer these to make it look kind of, you know, if you were going to add the colors for fall. And you guys see like the yellow. You see what colors you like in your like fall planner stickers. So just grab those kinds of colors and just mix them together and do a whole bunch, you know, some brown. And if you're curious as to what, like, I'm just giving you like a color palette for things that you could use to do some awesome looking layering, you know, terracotta. If you're curious to know what kind of color pencils I'm using, they aren't Crayola. These are fancier ones. These are Derwent Color Soft colored pencils. I love them. They blend really beautifully. But they are pricey. I also have Prismacolor colored pencils, and I have Crayola ones. Crayola ones work just fine. There's nothing wrong with the Crayola colored pencils. I'll be honest with you. Okay. Crayola work beautifully. Like I have a whole bucket of them. But I hoard pens and colored pencils and stuff. Like there's nobody's business. Okay, so that's the leaves. Now, on that same note, and for people who follow me on Instagram, they know Faber-Castell are wonderful as well. So then for the my other favorite thing that I love, if you will follow me on Instagram, is pumpkins. And by love, I don't love it all. So a quick, easy way to draw a pumpkin is just go around, then add a little bit, then go around. I find the wider ones tend to come out looking, whoops, well, whatever. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the way I start a pumpkin. See? Everyone see that? It's just a line and then a bump and then another line around. Okay, so then what I do is I add a stem. It looks kind of like a wiener. Okay, you try it. Okay, can you see it now? Okay. And yes, I was going to do an apple. Okay, so there we go. So that's where I'm at with the pumpkin, right? Then I add the back in. And then kind of like that. Okay. I'm trying to keep it up, but hopefully you guys can see it. Okay. So this is a basic pumpkin. Now you can do two things with this. You can leave it as a pumpkin, and if you're going to do that, you could kind of add some like lines to sort of make it look more pumpkin-y, you know? And then often I'll add like a couple of vines, you know, maybe a leaf. So that is the pumpkin, the non-jack-o'-lantern style pumpkin. So I'll leave it here for one more second for anyone who couldn't see it. Okay. Then we'll do another pumpkin. So I'm going to do it again. So if you didn't see it before, I'm doing it again. Basic pumpkin shape. If you want to make it a taller pumpkin or whatever, this is still the shape you kind of want. Okay? Then add your suggestive stem. Add your back. Okay. So there's your pumpkin again, right? So what pen and paper am I using? This is just binder paper, and this is a flare marker. That's all I'm using right now. Bring camera down. Bring camera down where? I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Can everybody see it? Okay, so then for a jack-o'-lantern, you just add your face. And there's a couple of different ways to add your face. Yeah, go ahead and screenshot if you want to. Okay. So the easiest, most, just add some triangles for the eyes, like a circle for the nose. Add a mouth, maybe add a little tooth in the mouth. And that's the easiest way to get a jack-o'-lantern. And don't worry, I'm saving this without the comments, so all of this wiener hand and such will not be on YouTube later. This actually, hopefully, should be one that kids can watch. I haven't cussed very much yet. Okay, so there's a jack-o'-lantern face. If you wanted to try, so there's other kinds of eyes you can try. You can do like the triangles like this. You can do like a circle for an eye and then make another circle, but make it like a winky circle. For noses, you can do triangles. You can do like a crescent moon for a nose. And then for the mouths, basically, if you're doing a smile, you can just add in the teeth. You can make it an angry mouth. This is pretty much, you can do whatever you want. Just think, I'm not trying to make, I don't even carve fancy pumpkins, so I'm not going to try and make like the faces super fancy. It's basically just shapes. Just test out putting shapes. Use a pencil first, You don't have to, follow any specific, mine too, critter plans. You don't have to follow any specific rules. Okay. So, okay, apple was actually what I was going to do next. And so for an apple, you go like this. And sometimes I'll do like a little bit of a bump on the bottom. I don't always, though. And then add my stem. And then do that. Sometimes I'll add, whoops, can't see what I'm doing, like a highlight. So there is an apple. Yeah. So, and then if you wanted to add vines, I am really lazy with my vines. I just sort of, I like meander around, I like adding vines on everything. So I'll put a vine on a kumquat. You want a leaf on the side? Okay. So we'll do one more apple, and this time we'll do it a little bit taller, maybe a Red Delicious variety. I'm running into Shanti. Add the highlight again. I like adding the highlight. And then, and there's a leaf. So, put a worm in it. There's a worm. Okay. Not exactly the best worm in the world because it's tiny and I'm using a flare, which is not the most ideal of detail work pens. Okay. So that's an apple. And again, for shading, just pick your light source and shade it in. Okay, so I'll do a shading tutorial at some other point. Where's my paper? Okay, I just got a whole mountain of paper out. I don't know what I did with it. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to get into something else. Ghosts. Now, I'm not doing fancy ghosts. I'm doing easy, anybody can draw this ghosts. Okay? Anyone can draw this. You ready for this? I don't know if there's trolls in the comments or if you guys are all just being nasty, so I'm not paying attention. Okay? So, there's two different ways I draw a ghost. Sometimes I like... do it with like the tattered sheet bottom. And then sometimes I do like the little ended bottom. tattered sheet bottom, not a what cheek bottom. Get your minds out of the gutter, folks. I'm trying to be rated PG. So these are two different ways I'll do ghosts, okay? And again, it's a ghost. Just try and make the head maybe a little bit bigger, the head area, and then it doesn't really matter what the bottom part looks like, okay? I'm ignoring the comments, all y'all. So I'm just trying to pay attention to drawing without like losing my mind right now. Okay, so for the eyes for ghosts, there's two ways that I have fun doing eyes. You can do adorable eyes, which are basically tiny little eyes. And then you can do like a kawaii, little kawaii mouth, you know? Or, so that's like a cute way of doing it. Or you can do spooky eyes. Now, spooky eyes, draw yourself a couple big circles. And you see what I did there? I just added another, like, line within the circle. And now you have spooky eyes. Two different ways of doing eyes. They are kind of like lines from another dimension. So that's one way. Now there's other kinds of eyes that you can do, and this goes for any kind of drawing like this. This is a flare marker. You can do like these kind of look like angry eyes. You can do like closed eyes. Or you can do like slightly bigger eyes, but not as big as the spooky eyes. And they can look like this, where you take like the two little half circles on the inside and then color them in. Those are all different eyes that you can, try in your ghosts. And you don't have to add a mouth. Actually, sometimes a ghost with no mouth looks better than a ghost with a mouth. So I'll leave this up here for a second. Yeah, they're pretty much kawaii style eyes, and I find them the easiest for ghosts. If I get too fancy with it, then I need to make the rest of the ghost look fancy. Otherwise, it just looks like I half-assed it. So, okay. So then the last thing I'm going to draw for you, for all you crazy people at Pumpkin Spice Latte. I'm not drawing one, holding one right now, but I was going to draw the latte cup for y'all to learn how. Okay. So I'm doodling a Starbucks style cup right now. That was actually what I was about to do. So to start your Starbucks cup doodle, and I'm not going to add anything to it. You can add the pumpkin to it later if you want to. Start with a narrow kind of oval on its side. Okay? That's the start. Okay? That's how you start the pumpkin spice latte and or other kind of latte. Okay? Then kind of bring some lines down at an angle and then connect them. Actually, I'm starting over. I don't like that. Okay. Let's try this again. This is how I roll. Okay. So you add your half circle. It's really difficult to see with my cup in the way. Now bring these down. It was the wider angle that I didn't do. So you see how kind of at a wide angle those two lines are at? It could be the beginning of a wine glass, but that is for another tutorial. Okay, then you connect those, and that's the lid. Then you bring the top part of your cup down, okay? And then I usually add for like the, the koozie, add one line and have it come out slightly out of the sides. Then you can even connect it like that. See how I connected it? Okay. Now, bring the lines down again. And then connect it again. And then kind of look at this to bring like the invisible line down, okay? There's the bottom of your cup. And there, you just add a little drink. You can even like add a detail to the top if you want to. So, no, I'm not drawing Jello shots. This is a different style of tutorial. Now, if you wanted to make this a pumpkin spice latte, just add on the pumpkin that you drew already. And that could be a pumpkin spice latte. Anyway, I am going to have to go back and read the comments because I don't know what you guys have been getting up to in there, but I am trying to be respectable and you are all being crazy. So for everybody who's watching this on YouTube and not watching this on Periscope, I apologize for me rambling at the people in the comments because you're not going to see the comments. But so, is there any other questions that aren't scandalous? And I will see if I can answer them really quick before my phone dies. So, have some wine. Okay, I'll do a wine glass really quick because it's the fall. Everybody likes to drink wine in the fall. Who's me? Okay. I'm not doing that. You know what? 21 plus. I'm going to write that down. 21 plus Periscope Pictionary. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that sometime soon. Okay. So now I'm going to draw a wine glass really quick. My wine glasses also look awkward. So you start out the same with your oval. Bring it around like this, but don't bring it all the way around. Okay? Yeah, with doodling wine glasses, I fail at it sometimes, but I do it anyway. Bring your lines down. And do another oval. And then you can draw your wine in there if you want to. There you go. There's a wine glass. Okay, so I really appreciate all of you watching. And I don't have like 100,000 hearts or a million hearts. I don't actually Periscope that much. So, but it can't be fuller. I need to drink more of it. So, hopefully I will take some requests. I'll do another request video for some more ideas, but this was interesting nonetheless. I'm going to see if I can make a better setup for next time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to get this on YouTube without too much of a scandal. And I hope if you happen to doodle any of these spooky things in your planner next month, tag me in them because I want to see. Okay? At Llama Letters on Instagram or yeah, that's basically what I look at. So anyway, have a lovely afternoon, y'all. I can't unswipe down though because I have this freaking thing in the holder. Crap. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Don't get sick. Oh wait, here. Now you can see this was my setup. This is how I filmed it. Now you can all see that. That is why it looks so janky. This is I just thought you all should know. Okay. Anyway, peace out, Girl Scouts. Come on, swipe down.